Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we've got this week's pre-orders and they are live. So for all the Daemons players out there, it's time to get excited. So first off, we have the Codex Chaos Demons Collector's Edition, 90 bucks, right in line with what we would expect. It is the same cover, but it doesn't have all of the kind of like borders and writing. It's a little more minimal. Definitely a cool piece of art right there. I actually love that piece of art. Definitely one of my favorite demonic art pieces from Games Workshop. 90 bucks for the collector's edition codex. And then we have the regular codex as well, $55 for that, right in line with what we would expect. Next we have our Combat Patrol Chaos Demons. Now obviously this is exclusively Khorne. It is titled Combat Patrol Chaos Demons though, so this does give me the impression that we're not going to be seeing like a Combat Patrol Tzeentch Demons or Slaanesh Demons, etc. It looks like this is going to be the Combat Patrol for the army, and then they're not going to have individual offerings. Now in the meantime, the Start Collectings are still available for Tzeentch and Slaanesh. Obviously the Nurgle one has been gone for a while, and then the Khorne one is gone now as well. So you still have options for start collecting boxes on those, but in the meantime. But the Khorne one is a really nice deal. 150 bucks for this, right in line with what you would expect. And when we totaled it up, it came out to about like $300, just shy. So essentially about 50% off. So if you're thinking about buying these components right here, you're saving, it was like over $110, and like many of the units inside of here would cost $55 a piece. So essentially you're getting like two units for free essentially. Like the dogs are 55 for 5, and the blood crushers are 110 for 6. So if you cut that in half, 55 for 3 of them. So anyway, you get basically 2 of those $55 units for free. Great deal, honestly, in my opinion, and very nice composition as well. I think it's not going to be overly redundant, and you'll probably use everything in the set. I think this one ranks up as one of my favorite combat patrols. Next we have the Possessed. The Possessed are really nice models, obviously. We haven't actually gotten a look at the sprues, I don't think, from GW yet. So this may be our first official look into what's on the sprues. So that is pretty exciting, as I am I definitely love the sprues. I love seeing what's on them. I love seeing the bits, the options, all that good stuff. So this guy is super cool. He obviously has like a big claw hand, and then sort of like a mutated big sword hand. Pretty cool face right there as well. Definitely nice looking model. He looks pretty big and chunky. And then the next one we have, this is like the aspiring champion from the squad. Again, really nice looking model. He's got like a big old fist and then like a little spike coming out of it. That's pretty brutal. He is still carrying a chainsword. Very, very chaotic. Again, nice thick dude right here. These new chaos models are pretty freaking cool. Super dynamic too. Obviously these guys are fast. So like here we have this weird claw hand, and then he's got the axe. I like that they still have remnants of the power armor and everything, but they are clearly like, very, very close to a full-on demonhood. Really nice model. This dude, and like his cloven feet, like the little hooves down here, and just the pose. I mean, he looks like he is like charging forward. Very, very nice models here. I am definitely a big fan of these. But let's see what's up with these sprues. So one thing I like to watch when I'm looking at the sprues is, essentially you want to see like how many different weapons there are. You assume the bodies are going to be pretty universal, but the heads can always give you an idea like what kind of options you're really going to get. So it looks like there's 2 sprues. On this first sprue we have at least 1 head down here, 2 right here, 3, 4 on this first sprue. And then there's some backpack options to create like the aspiring champion. We see like a tentacle arm, a regular arm, kind of like spiky looking stuff. So it looks like there's quite a bit of stuff. Some bits for the bases as well here we see. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Quite a few options there. Let's take a look at this one. Again, we got another head right here, another head there. 2, 3, 4 right there. Yeah, so quite a few heads. So definitely some options there. And then again, weapon wise, definitely some options as well. Here's like a big like spiky tentacle thing. Here's that big cleaver. We have the claw hand. This one's like a little bit more of a mutated regular hand. So it looks like you'll easily be able to build. Here's like 2 big spike hands. Looks like you'll easily be able to build quite a diverse amount of these guys. So if you were to pick up, say, 10 of these, like 2 boxes, you could easily build 2 boxes of completely unique guys. I would say probably you'd get around, like, it looks like about like 15 or 20 in when they start getting a little bit redundant. So overall, really nice set. Definitely a fan of these. Definitely a fan of those. I mean, I wasn't expecting them to be like full on easy to build, but Games Workshop is definitely getting away from the like ball joint connections where you can just kind of put anything on there. That is for sure. The Accursed Cultists as well, $50 for these guys. You get 3 of the big chunky fully mutated ones, and then you get 5 that are like kind of on the way. Let's take a look at these. We've obviously seen these models. Let's take a look at the sprues as well. So 3 sprues on this. Okay, this does not look like it's going to have options to me just at a first glance. These look like they are going to always look exactly the same. So they're not necessarily like easy to build push fit. I mean, they could be. It doesn't look like it. Like this is a one-piece model right here. A lot of the smaller like mutated cultists, I know they have fancy names, but I can't remember them. A lot of those are looking like they're basically like 1 to 3 pieces. So yeah, it looks like no options with the Accursed at all. They are basically just straight up all going to look the same. Unique mutations. 8 Accursed Cultists, 5 Twisted Mutants, and 3 Horrifying Torments. Yeah, so not too many options on them. Looks like they're all going to look exactly the same. So if you start getting multiple boxes of these, they will definitely be redundant. Now you can chop them up for sure. So we got the dice, $38 for those. You know, I'm not sure. Let me know, what do you guys think about the square corners versus the rounded corners? I definitely see like positives and negatives to both of them, but I am curious where everybody else sits with that. It seems like the squared corner ones are less popular, to tell you the truth. So it was an interesting decision to see them go with the squared corner ones here. Now, I don't mind them. I actually like that they don't get cocked as much, but I'm curious about your guys' opinions. They also don't roll quite as well. So, all right, and then here we got a bunch of the old stuff here. Classic Mask of Slaanesh, $32. That's a pretty decent model. Classic Karanak. This dude's definitely a little bit dated. $35 for him. The Horrors of Tzeentch. These are amazing. I love these models. I think they're as good or better than the current Horrors. I mean, these are phenomenal. $38 for 5 of those. Next, we've got the Flamers, the classic ones. Again, these are super grim dark. They have like, you know, what would be like a kind of cloth, but instead it's just like a flesh cloth with like mouths. Very, very grim dark. These are super cool. $38 for 3 of those. The classic Beast of Nurgle. This thing is about as dated as it gets. $24.75. It looks like you gave your kid some Play-Doh and he made this. Blood Bowl Snotling Team Card Pack, $30. Pitch and Dugout, $50. The Blood Bowl Snotling Dice, super bright, very, very legible. I do like these. $18 for those. And then we see Siege of Terra, Echoes of Eternity. So for now, still in stock as of making this video. Nope, never mind. I'm literally on here at go time and it's already gone. So again, I was expecting this would sell out pretty quickly, but literally gone immediately, like the second it's up for pre-order. Now granted, because of the time zones and everything, I'm on the East Coast, so we get access a little earlier, I guess, than some other people in the US. But basically, I think GW just puts up a ton of them on all the people that get early access, like different countries, and then essentially they get access to them, they all sell out, and then they just take it off for us. So most of the time, these limited sets are just gone immediately. So not surprising. Pretty ridiculous that they would do that, but it is what it is. I don't know why. I do know why. You know, the reason they don't make more than like 2,500 of these things is by creating this scarcity that like gives scalpers the ability to buy them up and know that they're going to be able to immediately resell them. If they turn around and made 5,000 of them, they might sell 3,500 or 4,000, but scalpers will quit buying them because they can't turn around and like double, triple, quadruple their money. So it is 100% GW tactics to just make sure they sell out these runnings immediately, because 1, books are heavy, and 2, they take up a lot of space. So and they're prone to damage. So GW doesn't want any of them. They literally want to sell them immediately and have them gone. Very unfortunate how they do that. Super sketchy tactic, but it is what it is. You know, don't get me started. So next we have the Siege of Terra, Echoes of Eternity, the hard pack. I'm not actually sure what that is, honestly. Is this just the regular hardback book, but not the special edition? It looks super chunky. Yeah, this is just the regular one, pre-order. Huh. Yeah, this looks like it's just the regular version of the book. So that is cool, at least. They do have the regular version out at the same time. So if you did miss that special edition, you can at least still read the book. So that is cool. And then we have a new brush set. In my experience, Citadel brushes are not very good, and they're overpriced. You can get better quality brushes for around the same price or a little bit more. I have not had good experience with them. I'm not sure what's different with this set right here, but the Citadel brushes just wear out so fast. And I take really good care of my stuff, so it tells you something. Aeronautica Imperialis aircraft cards. So this is a lot of the stuff from last week. I'm a real big fan of this Cato Ezekiar. This Deathmaster is a phenomenal model as well. If you haven't seen that one. Drekkie Flint's pretty cool. It looks like a lot of the Aeronautica Imperialis stuff came back. I think a lot of this was sold out initially, and it is showing back up. Hey, if you are new to the channel and you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. We do daily videos, reactions, reviews, and news, painting, modeling, conversion, magnetization, tutorials. We basically touch on everything from Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, warcry, and some Horus Heresy as well. This is one of my favorites of the new models recently, the Centurion Marshal. Warcry Compendium. A lot of this is like last week's stuff left over. This Lady of Vines is pretty cool as well. I like the Chaos Legionaries. They don't stand out a ton from some of the other warbands, but they're cool overall. I really do. The more I look at this Magmadroth Remains, the more I want it. I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger on it, but honestly, I picked up the Heart of Gur, and I love that terrain. It's really, really growing on me. It looks phenomenal. There's also a video that I just watched recently from his name's, I think, Marco from Microfusion Studios or something. Damn, I wish I could think of it. I'll put a link down below or whatever to his video, but he paints up the Heart of Gur stuff using only like spray cans with some like different nozzles on them, like actual like aerosol spray cans, and then oil washes, and they look, I mean, he does a little airbrushing in there too, but his stuff looks phenomenal. His videos are awesome. If you haven't checked him out, highly recommend him. I'm gonna show that off down below, but his stuff is super cool, super cool. He does have a very, very thick, heavy accent, but it's still cool to listen to. You know, sometimes a little difficult understanding what he's saying, but his quality of everything he does is absolutely phenomenal. So, but anyway, that new terrain looks so cool, and this would fit in like perfect with it, but I just can't justify $60 for this right now, especially if you could pick up like the whole entire Heart of Gur like terrain for like $120. So it's like, okay, do you want this one piece right here, or just a whole nother set of all that awesome terrain? And it is awesome. The Crown Spine Incarnate, that's cool that it's available again. Again, this is one that I would have bought for a reasonable price, but I refuse to pay $75 for this. The Cleansing Aquilith is super cool. I think it would be awesome objective like in D&D or something like that, like cool campaign or whatever, but again, it's just completely overpriced. So, and then we see some of the some of the Horus Heresy stuff coming back, or this might just be a bundle set. And then, of course, Arcane Cataclysm, still readily available. Obviously, it will be forever because probably no one will buy it because it is drastically overpriced. We do see the hardback books for the Archonauts Oath and the Hollow King, which is the Vampire and the Caradron Overlord character sold out. So those must be pretty cool. And then we have a bundle with the models sold out as well. And then the Rogel Dorn Special Edition gone from last week. So it looks like basically what we would expect. Of course, instantly sold out on the scalpable, limited edition book, as always. And then everything else pretty standard. I'm definitely looking forward to... I was going to say done with Chaos now, like everything's out. But I believe there's still one more Demon Prince that we're waiting on. It's the Demon Prince they showed off a while back that was for 40k and Fantasy with some different options for like the wings and all that. So that Demon Prince still hasn't come out yet. I would expect that probably in the next couple weeks. Probably should have been out by now, so they may be having some production issues or something. And then the only other model I think we've seen for Chaos so far is one Khorne Berserker, and then the Angron, the new Primarch for 40k, which that Angron model is absolutely sick. So very, very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. Some cool stuff here. Very unfortunate to see that special edition book gone already. I know quite a few people had expressed interest in it. Hopefully you guys were able to get them. It really sucks when you're not. I know that can be a complete bummer. I think when we looked at this one, there was 2,500 copies. So, you know, obviously there's big demand for it. But I promise you, if we just like went to like eBay or Amazon right now, yeah, 2,500 copies. I guarantee you, if we went to eBay or Amazon right now, they're already listed for sale on there for probably like $250 to like $300. And, you know, they sell for around that price as well. So very unfortunate to take advantage of the collectors like that. There's obviously a lot of rampant speculation that GW insiders, you know, basically like swoop all these up before they're even available. So even when it says there's 2,500, you know, there's really like 500. I don't know if any of that's true. It would not surprise me in the least bit, as you know, GW is not exactly known for their, you know, for their how can I gently put this, the best practices of businesses, so to speak. So that's it for today's video. Obviously some cool stuff out here. I know the Chaos fans are super excited. Definitely looking forward to hearing about this Chaos Codex and everything. We should start seeing reviews. I guess it would be next week on Saturday, once they're like available. I can't remember exactly how it works with the people that signed the NDA, but they probably have this already, probably have filmed the video, and then at like 2 in the morning, next like Saturday morning, I think like all the videos will come out and they'll have like the full breakdowns and everything showing off the rules. We've seen some pretty cool previews overall. To tell you the truth, a couple of people have expressed like tons of interest in the new Codex and everything, and I'm glad for the Chaos Demons players and everything. But overall, like as far as like popularity of videos and like overall interest in the community, they don't really do well, and people don't really seem to care that much. So I did one little video on the recent changes that we saw, where you could basically take 25% of a demon army into a chaos army, and then also obviously you can field potentially a knight as well. So you could basically have like a chaos marine army with a knight or a couple, and then 25% of your army in demons as well. So definitely some cool options. Discussing it in the chat with one of the guys, and it's definitely reminiscent of like the end of 8th edition, where you basically had like everything souped. You had like guard souped with knights, souped with like blood angels, and like various different combinations. So it seems like we're kind of getting back to that again. So, you know, obviously the power creep and the, you know, rules bloat and everything is back to like exponential levels. So I mean, honestly, like 9th edition, we were like promised this like streamlined cool new edition, and it was going to be like fast and fun, quick games, and, you know, less rules and all this stuff. And honestly, I mean, we were lied to. GW definitely lied to us about 9th edition. Now, was it intentional? Did they do it maliciously, or did the bloat just kind of like take over time? I would say probably it just took over time. I mean, as a company, you know, and you look at their like mission statement and everything, it doesn't say anything about creating good games or fun games or competitive games. It's all about making miniatures and exploiting their IP, and that is their words, not mine. So they're all about making the best quality miniatures, and the prices reflect the quality, and then they have an awesome IP, and they're exploiting it by, you know, basically people can rent it essentially for whatever product they want to make. Now again, that's their words, not mine. I didn't use the word exploiting, they used that. So I think it's kind of funny, because typically that's like a negative connotation. So did Games Workshop lie to us about this edition? 100%. They definitely lied to us. 9th edition is worse than 8th edition in every way, like as far as like bloat and rules. You need 100 books to play, and, you know, there's constantly erratas, and everything that comes out is better than the stuff before. But also, you know, they're all about selling products. So, you know, obviously making new stuff really good is going to sell a ton of product. So that's why, like with the squats coming, when the squats come out, their rules are going to be broken. We already know they're going to be phenomenal. I'm sure there will be underpriced as far as points, and they will be extremely durable and killy, because nobody has squats. So that's a huge opportunity for them to just make them way too good. You know, get everybody to buy new squat armies, and then they can come in later on with the nerf bat. So Games Workshop lied to us about 9th edition. They did. It's everything it was not supposed to be, or it's everything that, you know, yeah, basically it's everything it wasn't supposed to be. Now, was it intentional? Was it malicious? Whatever. Is it going to end the rules bloat and the power creep? No, I don't think so. It's probably just going to keep going on. And then 10th edition is going to come out, and we just start the process all over. So, but that's it for this week. Definitely excited for the new releases. Definitely happy for all the Chaos and Demon players out there flushing out those armies and getting your new books. We'll keep an eye out for that Demon Prince, and then obviously super excited for the World Eaters. That's what I'm holding out for. I was thinking about pulling the trigger on some of this new chaos stuff, and I'm holding out for World Eaters. I don't know when it's going to come, but that's going to be my Chaos Army, World Eaters Reborn, and I absolutely love that Angron model as well. So I will definitely be looking forward to that. Let me know what you're looking forward to or what you're picking up from this week's pre-orders. To tell you the truth, the only thing I was even considering was that Siege of Terror book, and obviously that is not happening. So it looks like I get a week off from all the Games Workshop purchases. So my wallet will be pleased, no doubt. But that's it for today. If you did enjoy today's video, if you like these daily reactions, reviews, and news, if you haven't checked out the playlist for painting, modeling, conversion, and magnetization tutorials, definitely check those out. We're a commission-based studio, so we show off commissions that leave the studio as well. Always describe the paints, styles, techniques used. So check out those videos. Ask questions if you like to. If you do ask a question or make a comment down below, I try to get back to everybody on those. So try to engage with the community as you guys make all of this possible. But that's it for today. And our Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team necromunda, Age of Sigmar, warcry, and Horus Heresy looks here. So if you do enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. It's free and it really helps out the channel. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.